Hey there, Hofstra fans, and welcome to another edition of the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. I'm Mark Weiner with John Russo, head coach of Hofstra Baseball. Coach, how's it going?
Good, Mark. Thanks for having me.
You win 1 out of 3 against Towson. Let's go game by game. On the Friday night, Chris Weiss gets the start but gives up 11 runs, and you guys lose 15-4. Just talk about that game.
You know, we played really bad defense. It's the bottom line fact. We had 5 errors, I think, total in the game, and I don't know how many runs were earned or unearned, but it just put Chris in a hole almost from the outset of the game, and he could never really get into the flow. Towson came out swinging the bats really well. I don't think we swung the bats as well as we could have in game one either. But you have to give Towson credit. They played well and beat us in the game.
And then on the middle game of the series, the first win of the conference season, 7-3 over the Tigers. Bowie Madison, 5 hits and 7 2/3, just a phenomenal performance.
I think Bowie is the story of the game, to be honest. He pitched really well. He had a couple pitches in play. Really hot lineup. I mean, they won the 2 or 3 from Kennesaw the week before, won both their midweeks, beat us up on Friday night, and Bowie, just really calmed him down right there from the get-go. And that's what we've come to expect of Bowie all year. He's been the best guy and been our best pitcher, and maybe our best overall player. Just in general, he picked us up on a day we definitely needed it.
Final game of the series, a 4-2 loss. So you changed up the rotation a little bit. John Rooney getting the start in the third game. Is that something we're going to be seeing later down the stretch?
I believe so. John's really pitched well, the whole year, but he's thrown a lot from relief, and I think part of his development and what he's been as a freshman all year has been a starter. And we were able to get him to start midweek against Tech, and he went 5 innings, 7 strikeouts, and really happy with what he did in his first conference start. He had a couple little mistakes or whatever, but nothing of grand nature. I thought he handled his composure well. I thought he filled up the strike zone. The weather was really tough, and he battled a lot of conditions for his first conference start to do really well.
Matt Annunziata, very good series, had a home run on Friday. Is it nice to see a guy like that get going?
Yeah, his home run was about 470 feet to left center field, and probably another shot that, another one on Sunday. He hit the ball really well. The wind was blowing in about 30 miles an hour, and had a nice weekend overall. I liked, I thought Teddy Silas had a nice weekend overall. Batari, swung the bats really well, and everybody continued. Vito Friscia had a big, 2-out knock on bases loaded hit on Sunday, and has been a really clutch player for us. And we just haven't been able to put it all together just yet. I know it's 30 games in and kind of been saying the same thing. We got 10 losses by 2 runs or less over, the course of the season. At some point, we got to figure out how to win these games.
Now, Coach, I'm going to say something to you I haven't said all year. You have a home series coming up, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You've been on the road pretty much all year, a couple of games here and there at University Field. How important, how happy are you to finally be at home?
Well, more than anything, we were tired. I mean, 7 weeks on the road to start the season was really tough. I think like 27 of our first 29 was on there, and we still got one more road game tomorrow with St. Peter's. And but to be able to play at Delaware at home is much needed. Maybe that's the break, to get everything going. And then we got a following week. We get Charleston at home, and 2 midweeks at home. So to have 8 in a row at home it's what we needed. It's nice to be at home. You should play better at home. It'll be relaxing. It'll get us caught up on some rest, and hopefully we'll be able to put it all together.
Now, in terms of the opponent, the Delaware Fighting Blue Hens, what do you see in them?
Delaware right now, they have a really good number 1 pitcher. He beat Stetson down at Stetson. He threw really well to start the season, and we were starting to look at their offense yesterday, and I think it's been 10 games that they put up 10 or more runs in the game. So offensively they're going to be really strong, and they've played well against us. They beat us, I think, the last 2 out of 3 the last 2 years, and you got to win home series at home, and at some point we need to start winning these series, and got to start this weekend with that.
Head coach of Hofstra Pride Baseball, John Russo, thanks for the time. Good luck this week.
Thanks, Mark.
This has been the WB Mason Coaches Report on GoHofstra.com.